Halder. Uh, shall we start?
Yes, sir. There
Yes.
are more than 40 participants. So,
Okay.
sir, you can start on if you wish to, or you want
Okay.
any other introduction. But today is the second class, so already people know you by this time. So, we can start over the session.
Okay. So before starting today's class, so let's have some clarification whether you have any doubt regarding the previous class. Actually, it was not really uh, a class on statistics, but just on a software, particular software package. So in that case, also you may have certain uh, questions. So if you have any such question, you may ask me. Else, I'll go ahead with today's class. Okay, so in that case, I just assume that uh, uh, for the time being you don't have any such query. Maybe if eventually during the next class also or the future classes, if you have any doubt or any query, please feel free to ask me. Once again, I'm saying the same words that if you have any problem, please don't hesitate to stop me. Okay, and also I would encourage an interactive class like the previous one. I'll be happy if you give some questions or give some feedback, because in online session it's also tiring for the instructor because he cannot see anyone in person. Okay, so it's difficult to understand what is going on. Anyway, the last class we have seen the Jamovi software. The Jamovi is basically a free version of SPSS, although uh, it doesn't contain all kind of facilities that is available in a full-fledged SPSS software. And that is quite natural because SPSS is a proprietary software. It's developed by dedicated professionals. On the other hand, Jamovi is developed by statisticians. But the objective of developing this is like uh, to, to circulate free knowledge in a sense, I can say. Uh, so I'd also encourage you to use Jamovi because although not really like SPSS, but it contains many functionalities of SPSS. So I think you would like to use Jamovi. And another advantage of Jamovi is that it is just an interactive, it provides you a graphic user interface based environment where you can click buttons and run your program, run your statistical analysis on your data set. Yeah. However, one problem of Jamovi, although it's a good free software for carrying out statistical analysis, but the problem is that it may not contain all the modules that is based on the most recent kind of statistical development. Like suppose somebody has proposed some clustering technique 1 month back, there is no hope of getting that particular algorithm in a Jamovi module because it takes a lot of time to develop such modules. On the other hand, that is the advantage of R over Jamovi. That nowadays, what happens when some statistician is developing some algorithm, new algorithm, maybe a better algorithm than the previously existing one, uh, he or she might uh, contribute to corresponding R package also. So that means whenever the paper get published, immediately after from the next day, that algorithm is available as a R package. So that means through R, you can access even the most latest kind of algorithm that is known to the statistician, which is not, of course, available if you are using Jamovi. For example, in this particular workshop, I initially thought of demonstrating time series analysis using Jamovi only because I know that people who work in medical and biological field, they may mostly work with SPSS. So Jamovi is definitely most suitable for all of you. Uh, However, the problem of the Jamovi is that the module that contains time series analysis technique, it's not very rich. So that's why I have to introduce this R also. So it's like if you are doing a statistical analysis, which is which is not very complicated, uh, then you should use Jamovi. On the other hand, if it is very complicated and it requires some very latest kind of developed algorithms or latest kind of developed statistical methods, then perhaps you should work in RStudio and R. Okay, so let's start with then R. So for basically the alternative of Jamovi is R, but the problem of R is that R is completely a command line based software. That means uh, uh, what was an advantage of Jamovi, that you can just click certain icons and immediately you see the result. That is not going to happen if you are using an R. So let me share the R console. So have you all downloaded and installed R in your system?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me show you how a typical R screen look like. Yeah, you can share you can see the shared screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Someone is saying screen is not visible. I hope it is now visible to all of you.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. So this is a typical R screen, and this is completely a command line based environment where you have to type certain commands to import the data. Then you have to type certain commands to calculate the summary statistics. Or if you want to carry out some inferential statistics like performing t-test or performing ANOVA, for everything you have to type certain commands. So that is a problem. Uh, it is quite difficult. I mean, memorizing all the comments and then typing everything in a command line environment where there is no graphic user options available. That means there is no way of clicking certain buttons. Okay, so that is a big problem. So to get rid of that problem, what software developers they have done, or the statistician come software developer, I should say, they have come up with something else. They have come up with a new interface. So whose engine is actually the R program, but that interface gives you a better environment. So that is what is the RStudio. So RStudio itself is not a software like Jamovi. It is itself a self-sustained software where if you install Jamovi in your machine, you can carry out statistical analysis using Jamovi. On the other hand, suppose if you install only RStudio in your machine, you won't be able to carry out statistical analysis because RStudio is really not a software. It's a interface. The actual software is R, which is this is the R software, the screen I am sharing now. But the problem of R is that it doesn't give you a good environment where you can click certain buttons or you can work easily. To make the work easier for practitioners, so what they have done, they have created a nice interface, and that nice interface is basically the RStudio. So now I'd show you the RStudio window. Uh, so basically, uh, if your system has R software installed, then you can carry out statistical analysis. You don't need an RStudio. But of course, it would be harder to work on a R environment because it's completely command line based. On the other hand, if your system only contain the RStudio but not the R, then you cannot run statistical analysis because it is like the outside cover of a car without the engine. The main engine is the R program. Okay, so that's why so when you want to carry out statistical analysis using RStudio, first you have to install R and then you have to install the RStudio. Because without installing R, if you install RStudio, it is not going to help because it's just like the outside shell. It's not the inner object. The inner object is the R program. Now I'll okay. Now I'll show you the typical RStudio environment. Yeah. So can you see the shared screen now? Now it is a different
sir.
screen with RStudio written.
Sir.
Okay. So first I will open the file. Actually, I have shared some files with you, right? And I hope all of you have downloaded that in your system. We'll be working based on that file. Okay. Okay. Now let me briefly explain. The RStudio, how it works. In Jamovi, you have a left panel, you have a right panel. You have two panels, right? And in those two panels, the left panel is actually work as the input device, and in the right panel, this right side, you get the output. You get the value of certain ANOVA table. You get certain graphs. So everything comes out in the right side. On the other hand, if you are using an RStudio, there are 4 different panels. Now the top panel is actually working as an input device. Then the top left panel, then the top right panel is also kind of, it's an input device. I should not say it is an input device. It's like uh, what are the variables or models you are working with. Everything will be stored in this environment. Then there is a console part. Now this console part also work as an input device, but it's really not only an input device, but it is an input and output device. So that means you can give the command in this console part and get the output also here. And then the bottom part in the right hand side, that is a output device. So there you will essentially get graphs. If you run your statistical analysis and want to plot some graph, that will be coming in the right side of the bottom right side of the panel, this panel. Okay. Now I have opened a file. Uh, Now instead of opening a file, it is possible to write down all the commands in this console. Okay. So this is the console. I can write all the commands here, but see that it will be very inconvenient writing the command, because for that I have to memorize every command. Now that is pointless, memorizing so many commands. Okay, so if you forget any command, the best practice is to search in internet. Firstly, you can search. There is a search option here. Suppose I want to search. Suppose I want to search something like uh, Kolmogorov-Smirnov test. So as I'm pressing case, they will showing some prompt. So you please also do all this thing in your own system. Okay. So I'm just pressing case and they will show us some prompt. So this is the advantage of RStudio, using RStudio over R. Because if you are using R, no prompt will be shown. You have to know the command correctly and you have to write it down. So nobody will give you prompt. But here in the advantage of using RStudio is that they will give you prompt. For example, I'm writing, suppose I'm just pressing K and this S, and then it is showing lot of prompts like case.paste, case smooth, and many other things. So let's press this case test, and there it will show you the code. It will show you the commands for carrying out the case test, for two sample case test. So you can search here also in this help section of RStudio, or you may search in internet. There is no point memorizing so many commands. Nobody memorize these commands. Okay, unless people who are working in software industry, nobody memorize commands. It's not possible memorizing so many commands. So the best practice is that you just search them, just see how the examples are given, and then write down those commands and run them. Okay, but the important part is that you uh, learn to interpret the result. That is most important part. Okay, so let us see this is our first file where we will be showing how to import data set in RStudio. Now see that there are many different ways of doing that. Firstly, you can use completely a command-based approach. Like I have given one such command-based approach here, that read.csv. It is a command that is used to read a CSV file. Unfortunately, it is not going to work for you because this is the location of the file in my system. Okay, so it will work for me, but it won't work for you. So if you correctly give, so in your system, you must have stored the file in one such folder. So if you give the full path address of that folder here, and if you just mark it and then push the run button, it will run that part. It will execute that part, and the data file would be imported in the RStudio environment. So that is what would happen. Okay, and so this is when we use the full path address of the file. Okay, but this is completely command line based. It is better if we can use an approach which is partially command based and partially graphic user interface based. So let us see one such command. So this is the second command. This command can also be used to open the same file, but now it is a command plus clicking option. So it's kind of a mix of both. So let us run this command and see what happens. So it is opening a window that contains the file system of my own laptop. Okay, so let's go desktop. D2 desktops. File. Okay.
Sir, your screen is not moving.
Okay, just a minute. So maybe I can stop share and share it again. Can you see the practice data in my screen? Is it now coming properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you must be seeing same thing in your system also, right?
So you have shared so many files. Can you please mention which file to import?
Right. So that would be, there will be two files under the name practice_data. Now there are two files. One is in CSV format and the other one is in Excel format. Open the CSV format. If you bring your cursor just above the file, it will show whether it is an Excel file or a CSV file. From there, you will choose the one which is the CSV file. So
Sir,
I'm
can
opening.
we start
Sir.
from the first step again?
Okay, no
Sorry,
problem.
sir, could you
Easier
please
to follow. could you please show us again the importation process?
Sorry. So can you please
Could
tell
you
me?
please show us again this
Yeah, sure. I'll
import
show you.
process?
Right. I'll show you. So the import can be done by typing exactly the command using the command, only the command-based environment, where you have to provide the exact file location, the address of the file location. Now that may be inconvenient sometime to find the exact file location and typing, etc., etc. So better we use the hybrid or combined approach where it is partially command based and partially clicking option based. So let us do that again. This is the command read.csv. I have shared everything with you, so you don't need to remember anything. You just do it, and you just keep those files that may be useful for you later, for later use purpose. Okay, so just run. So you just select, you'll see a blue line that will give you the selection line, and then go there and click run button. Run.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have downloaded all those files, but in this RStudio interface, all those files are not coming in the console.
No. I mean, you execute that particular command, and it should open a window which shows you the file system of, like, it is. So let me show you once again. So
Actually,
suppose I
sir,
choose. Yeah.
hello, sir. Actually, sir, the file which is numbered 7 or 8 in your screen is
Yeah.
coming as number 1 in my screen. That
Okay,
is the
so that
practice understood
may
data.
help.
Can you please start from the at beginning, that from the import part? Then it will be
Yeah,
easier.
I'm doing that. So you just select this line. All of you please select this line and then run. Push the run button.
So, sir, can you please tell us like how these codes are in the first hand is visible? Like you did something like importing codes at the first hand, right? So which file should we click on at first?
Yes. I just want to ask that. So you
Okay,
went to the
okay.
file section,
Okay,
then
I
open
understand.
file.
Okay, so let me close it once again. Let me close everything. Nothing is there now. It is completely empty. When you open the RStudio, it comes like this. It is completely empty. First, you have to open the R code file. So let us open. So there is an option in the file option. There is a open file option, right? There is also a new file option. New file means when you write your own file, that will be new file option. But now we are not writing anything new, but we have already shared these files. So we'll be using them to execute the command. So I'll be using the open file option. So once I click the open file option, they will show the file system of my laptop. They will show the file system in your laptop when you run it. And there you'll see there are certain files like the data coding, the data visualization, handling of data. Then there is a file importing underscore dataset. So you just click that and press open. Is it working for everyone now?
Yes, sir. Now
Yes,
it
sir.
is.
Okay, fine.
Sir,
Okay. Yeah.
one request, sir.
Yeah.
The practice underscore data file that we have shared in the WhatsApp group, that's an XLS file. We don't have the CSV file for that.
Is it? Haven't I shared both the files?
So I could see only one.
No, you have shared both the files, sir. I think you have shared both the files.
Sir, even for me also, only one file is visible. That is XLS.
Okay. Maybe there is some problem. Maybe. Okay, just give me 1 minute. I'll include it to the WhatsApp group. Just 1 minute. So can you just wait for 2-3 minutes? I'll then upload this to the WhatsApp group from my laptop. So I'll stop share for 1 minute and I'll come back.
Sir, it's shared. The importing dataset file is being shared in the CSV format.
Ma'am,
Is
we are
it?
looking for the practice underscore data file. The importing dataset file is there, but the
Yeah,
practice
but the
underscore
practice
data
underscore
file.
data, right?
Yeah,
That
dot CSV is there.
Is
Practice
it?
underscore data dot CSV is there. It's number 4. The serial number is 4.
But I cannot see that.
Serial
Sir, your
number 4
screen
and
is
also
not
8.
visible.
Yeah, I just get out of the screen to share it through the WhatsApp group. Maybe I'll reshare it once again. Just give me 1 minute and I'll share it with all of you once again.
Sir, we can do it in the XLS format also.
For XLS part, you can, yeah, you
Sir,
can do.
you just change the CSV to XLS.
Yeah,
Then
that is
it
also
will be okay.
possible. I mean, you can save it. You open the XLS file, save it as a .csv extension, and you can carry out that. That also can be done.
Sir, which file will you please again mention?
Yeah.
Inferential or
The practice underscore data.
practice underscore data? Practice underscore data. Okay.
Yeah, now I have shared all the files. Yeah. Actually, I forgot to show another file, so that's why I need to do it. So
Sir, it is opening in the Excel.
yeah, it is opening in Excel. So I forgot to share the comma separated value file format, which is needed for this carrying out this command. Okay, now everything will be with you. I have shared the remaining files, so please download them also.
Okay.
Now I have shared the comma separated value file, the XLS format, which is already there, but still I have shared it once again. And there is a regression file, which I have shared now.
Sir, when
Yeah.
we are clicking on that import database R file and we're getting all the files in my console. So whenever I'm clicking that import database, that means it will open up all the files present in that file.
Not
in the
all the
folder.
file, but the file you are choosing.
Yeah, my query is I have just opened file. I just opened the import database file.
Yes.
And all the all other the files have come into the R section, console of the R section.
Right.
So the import database file is what is doing? It is
basically a bunch of code. It is just a bunch of code.
Okay.
So there is practice data and there is practice data 1.
Because I think you have downloaded it twice, so it is showing practice data 1. So please ignore the practice data 1 part. It's not needed.
Okay.
Please delete it. I think that would be okay. Yeah. So now, suppose
there is.
Yeah.
So there are only it's like the Excel format that is coming here in numbers. It is not coming as a command.
No,
Practice data CSV, it is like coming as like an Excel sheet like pattern.
It would look like similar. The icon would look like very similar, but there are slight difference. If you notice carefully, you will see slight differences there. The format is actually different. Okay. So okay. So let's just go ahead and then I think everything will be managed. Yeah. So let's just run it once again. And now it is again showing me the file system of my laptop. Desktop, IPH workshop, day 2 resource. And there you will see two different practice data. The first one is the CSV and the second one is the
Sir,
Excel.
screen is freezed.
Sir, your screen is freezed.
Just let me check it once again. Desktop. Have you been able to see the data set now? Is it visible to everybody? The practice
Ye-
data?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you just follow the steps. Okay. You just you just select this line, push the run button, a window will be open in your system. There you will see the option for navigating to the folder where you have stored your file. Go there and just choose that and open it. So please do it. Then I'm waiting for everybody. Yeah, you first do it. Think.
Sir, can you repeat the step? How
Yeah,
to
yeah.
use the
Yes,
file
yes.
application?
So let's erase everything. Okay. So now the file is gone from the system. So once again, just select this line, click the run button. Now a window will open. You may not be able to see the window because it is a dynamic window. It's probably is not coming in the shared screen. So that's why you are not being able to see it. But in your system, you will see a window will be open. And then choose the CSV file and open it. Now in the next line, there is an option called view practice data. Just run it. And
So
then it would
this
open in this.
particular window is not coming in the left input part.
Is it? But it should come. I mean, if you run the command, this line,
No, sir.
Yeah.
I will run the command when I will see these 1, 2, 3. I mean these commands, but these 1 to 11, 12 commands are not there.
How is that possible? Can you drag
Yes,
this up and down in this way?
No, sir.
so it's
Whenever
not coming.
Sir, whenever I am going
Ah.
to file, open file, and then practice data, it
Hmm.
is directly directly showing some digits like just in Excel folder, which I have posted in the
Yes, sir.
WhatsApp group. Just have a look.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am,
We
we
are
Directly
don't
not
showing
have,
that
getting
file,
this
Excel
command
file.
window.
ma'am, we don't
Yeah.
have to
We are
open
not
the,
getting this command either, sir.
we don't have to open the practice underscore
Not even the
data.
run option and all this.
We don't have to open the practice underscore data using the file, open file in our studio.
Okay. So we are facing some difficulty with this approach. I was just showing you, but there is a fully graphical option of opening it. So let's go for that. That would be, I think, would solve everybody's problem. So I have discussed about the first option where you put the command, you know the address of your file, you put it there, and from there you can open it, but it is command-based approach. Then I have talked about one approach, which is kind of mix and match, where you have some commands, part of the commands you have to give, and the rest of the part you have to click and open option. It's kind of a graphic user-based option. Now we are going to have a completely graphic user-based option. Actually, that would be the best option for everybody. And actually, this is what is done. You go to the right hand side. Okay, you go there. Firstly, there is an option like this. It is used to clean your data environment. So you can use that to clean whatever you have uploaded. Okay, so in that way, now you are in a go back to a clean position. So there now, yeah. So can you see this option? There is an option of a small Excel file like object. You click there. Are you getting this from text, from Excel, that thing?
Yes, sir.
So from there, you choose the first option from text. Now is the window opening in your laptop or
Yes.
desktop? Okay, now navigate to the folder where you have stored the file. Now there you have two data sets. One is the practice_data.csv. Another one is practice_data.xls. Now you choose the CSV one and then press open button. You select it and press open button. Something is coming, and then
Yes.
there is an option of import. So you just
Yes.
push the import button. Now is it coming correctly?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so fine. So now I think it is working for everyone. This the GUI based approach or the graphic user based interface based approach is working fine for everyone. Okay, so this is the data set we'll be working on. So basically it's data on some patients. So their gender, age, height, weight is recorded in the data set, small data set. Okay. Am I audible to you?
Stevie,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
even with that import
Sir,
data set,
please,
not
sir,
getting
please
import
repeat
data
once, sir.
Yeah. So so this is a data set which is
Excuse me, sir.
yeah,
Sorry to
sure.
interrupt. With the second method also, I'm not able to import the data set.
Second method.
Yeah,
For
this-
that for the timing, please don't go with the second method, but this graphic user based
Yeah,
approach, I
graphic
think.
interface with both the steps. I mean, the initial and as well as the later one that you have to, from the text base. Even from
Yeah.
that, when I did import, I'm not getting anything. Like I went to the file and tried to import, but I'm not getting any screen on that. I mean, no further.
Is it showing some error in the console part? Is it showing some kind of error? Some red colored lines?
No,
If there's
nothing, no red color lines, sir.
how is that possible? Okay, so let me just.
So sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
On clicking that open file option, we are just getting that usual our download file list like that.
Yeah.
I'm
And
not
there,
getting that comment window. I'm not getting that comment window on clicking the open file option.
Sir, will you please repeat the last steps once again?
yeah,
importing the data and all that.
I'll do it once again. So go there, from text, you click. Once you click, a window must open. Select file to import. It is written at the top of the window, right? Is it written in that way? Select file to import. A window is opened in your system.
Select file to yes. That
Yes.
window is opening.
Right. Now navigate
Now select
to.
the folder.
So
Folder.
select the folder, right? Select the folder day2_resource, and now go inside the folder. Now inside that folder, if you drag down, you will see there are two files. The first one file is practice_data.csv, and then another file practice_data.xls. Please choose the
Right.
CSV one, not the XLS one. So if you just take your cursor above the file, you will
Yeah,
see
and
with-
I need to open it, right?
Yeah, you just choose it. Don't just one single click and then go to the open part.
I've done it.
Open
Okay.
it. So then you get a window where there is an option at the below import. So you import
Okay.
it. Now it should work.
Now, now it's working, right? I can see the data in the left left window.
Right. So is it now working for others as well?
It's still not working. I mean, this window is not coming. I mean, I'm getting till the
No,
import,
sir.
but
It's
this
not
window
coming,
is not
sir.
coming up.
Yeah, I really don't know what is happening. There is a chance that it in generally it work. By the way, is it not like that? You have somehow clicked the Excel one, XLS one?
No, sir, it is CSV. CSV.
It is the CSV, right?
Yes,
Actually, the data, I can see the data now. That is the gender, age, all the
Right.
data can be seen now. Yeah.
So, can you please do for those for whom it is not coming? Can you just once again check whether your separator is comma? Because sometimes it happens that
You're not getting this window itself. The window
Sir,
that
could
is
you
showing.
please show us from the beginning again? Sorry to interrupt you.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. Because it's the most basic things that we should be clear. So I'm just posting a picture maybe, so you will see how would it look like.
So starting from the initial RStudio interface,
Yeah,
the file option.
So just go there. From text, you can see this, right? From text, within first bracket there is written base in a small letter. So there you click. Now you have to navigate to that particular file where it is stored. In my case, it is stored in the desktop. You can see it, right? IPHA workshop reference, etc., etc. It is written.
Import dataset from text.
Right, and navigate. Can you see in your system there must be one such file, day2_resources? Sorry, it's not there. You may have stored it in some other folder. So you go inside the folder, and there you will see two such files. The first one, in my case, the first one is the CSV, and the second one is the XLSX. So I take the cursor above the first one, and it is clearly showing that it is the CSV file. So now I should choose it. Just put a single click on it, and then press the open button. Then a window open, a window like this open, import dataset window. Are you getting that? First, please tell me that.
So just a minute. So first of all, I have to click that import dataset, isn't it?
Right.
Okay, so then from text, base, do it.
Right.
Text from text within bracket base.
Base. Go to that.
Okay, sir. Click that. I'm getting my download file list.
Right. From there, you choose the practice_data file. Just choose it. Choose it, and then
Practice_data. Okay, sir.
Then open.
Okay, sir. I've selected it. Practice_data.
And then go to the open button. And then press the button.
Open. Yes, sir. Then which button, sir? Yes,
open.
I got that import data sheet.
Yeah, now you press the import option.
There are two options.
Import.
Okay. So I'm getting directly the Excel
right.
sheet.
So now it is fine in your system.
Gender, age, height, weight, diabetes, heart disease. Okay, sir.
So
thank you so much.
Yeah. So can I assume that now it is working?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Sir, when I started doing these steps,
yeah,
I could get only Excel, sir. I mean, the data which I got to open is only Excel is being opened. When I give right click once and I got this command of open.
Yeah.
Then this Excel is being opened, sir. Even though it is CSV.
Okay.
I tried downloading thrice. It is like both the Excel and these files are same.
Right.
Opening that in the form of Excel only.
Okay, actually that won't create much problem. I mean, the thing is that generally we recommend using CSV file because CSV file is easy to work with in a computer system. Otherwise, for all the practical purposes work, whether you are importing it through an Excel file or through a CSV file, it doesn't matter. I'm just showing you that how you can do both.
Okay, fine, sir, fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, so this is so far about importing a CSV file, okay? And then there is a command view practice data. So if you push the command, you will show the data. For those who are using graphical user interface, it will be automatically opened. But if you are using command line based interface, then you have to use this particular function, view function. So that the RStudio will show you the data set so that you can see whether everything is fine there, okay? Now the next step is I need to suppose I want to open an Excel file, but unfortunately for Excel file, you'll need a package. Now, what is a package? Just like in Jamovi, you have seen that for doing more sophisticated analysis, you need certain extra modules. Similarly, in R also, if you want to do something special, you have to download the corresponding packages. Suppose somebody is working with genetic data. Now, generally in a conventional statistical software, there should not be any algorithm for genetic data because it is more of like a specialized area. Now, in R, there are certain packages for dealing with genetic data. So you have to download such data. So there you can see I have given a command that install.packages XLSX. If you run this command, the package will be downloaded.
Sir.
Yeah.
How to import these commands? I mean, where I have got my practice data through the graphical interface, but how to import these commands?
I have shared these commands with you.
That's my question also.
The best thing you want to know how in a particular situation if you got stuck and you don't know what command to use, right? So that is your question, right? If I'm getting it right.
No, sir. My question is, you are using these commands now. How I'll be able to get these commands? I mean, opening which file?
No, you have already opened the file. Now this is a particular package that you have to download. Now you may ask where from I know that this particular package will be useful. For that I have to Google myself. Yeah, I actually Googled that what package is used for opening an Excel file in R. So if you got stuck, you can also just search, go to the Google and search how to open an Excel file in R. So you'll definitely see different people will be giving different recommendations. So I'll just take in one of them. So that is if I'm getting your questions correctly. Is it what you are asking for or?
No, sir. Actually, I think what the others are asking us regarding your first step. That is after opening the RStudio, you went to the file and you selected the option that is open file.
Right.
And then in the folder, you selected one particular file which you shared, that is data_coding.
Right.
And just you need to select that data_coding file and just click on open. So then in the console, all these commands will be visible.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
Data underscore?
So, data_coding
No. It is importing underscore dataset.r.
Okay, importing underscore dataset.r. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, now I'm getting all these commands. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, so now I'm getting all those comments.
Yes.
So this is a file of commands that I have created for my own use. Now you may be using certain other kind of statistical analysis for your data set. So then you yourself may create such a .r file of commands, which only consist of those commands which are useful for your own research work. So you can create such a file. you can store it in your system, and then whenever it is needed, you can load that file. That would be, yeah.
Excuse me, sir. From these list of command, we need to select practice underscore data. Number 4.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, sir.
But I think number 4 won't work for you because the address that is given, it is for my system. It is not for your system. So that's why the best option is to go to this graphic user based environment, from text, select and import. Okay. Yeah.
Sir,
so
there
this,
is a general question that for our practical purposes, how can we generate these commands like in Google?
Yes, that is the best place where you can search. Just write down, if I want to, how to import an XLSX file in R. So you will see certain people who are working in these areas, they will give recommendations. Just pick one of them, which is easy, which sounds easy to you. Just pick that recommendation and see what happens. Maybe you have to do some trial and error, but eventually you'll find the way. It's not that difficult.
XLSL file or CSV?
XLSX. CSV is easy to work with, but most often files are available in XLSX format. People generally use Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel to store the data set. So in generally the files are available in XLSX format. But you may, alternatively, in some cases, you may have to work with a CSV file. So whatever file you are working with, accordingly you have to import. The commands are slightly different. Okay. Then there is a second step. Unlike the Jamovi, recall that in Jamovi, whenever a module is installed, it is automatically available for use purpose. But that is not true when you are using RStudio. In this command, when I run this command, now this XLSX package is available in my RStudio, but it is not loaded. There is an intermediate step between installing a package and using that, and that is this intermediate step is loading of the package. So the loading of any package is given by the command library within bracket that particular package that you want to load. For example, here I want to load the package XLSX for my use. So I have to use the command library within first bracket XLSX, and then I put run button. I don't know, maybe some problem is happening here. Okay, yes. So somehow it is not working, that particular package. So there is another alternative package. You can actually, what happens in RStudio, you will see many different packages are available. So it may happen that a particular package is not working for you. Maybe it is not being installed correctly in your system. So then you may try out another package. Now this is the graphic user based, this is the command based approach to install a package. There is also another graphic user based approach which we can use to install a package in RStudio. So now I'll show you that. So can you see this menu packages?
Sir, in the selected line,
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
In the selected line, the read.xlx, if we change it as read_xlx, then I think it will be taken as.
Yes, it will be working. The first command is not working because that package may not install in your system correctly. Like my system, it is not working right now. Okay, it depends which version I am working, which system I am working. So it sometimes works, sometimes may not work. So that may happen. So in this case, suppose I go to this package option, and within package option, there are two options. Can you see there is an option called install? So you just click on that. And there
So no install is coming.
So within, can you click on this package option? Can you see it? Click on this package option. There are two buttons. One is the update button, and there is at the left of the update button, you see a button install. Can you see that? Is it visible to others? The
Yes,
install
yes.
option?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then there you'll see the read Excel. This particular package is available. So I'll just put it there and then I press install button. Now that package is now installed in my system. So it is saying that the package read Excel is successfully unpacked and etc. etc. So basically it's telling that it is correctly installed. Okay. Now once I have installed the package, I have to load it. As I told you that installing is not same as using the package. There is an intermediate step in R, which was not there in Jamovi. In Jamovi, whenever you install a package, it is ready to use because that is a more kind of a graphic user-based software. But here you have to do some additional work. One is to load it. Now I load the package. And now I use the line 25th, the 25th line. Once again, it will show me the option. And then now I choose the second practice data. In my system, it is coming out to be the second one, the XLSX1. Yeah, so it is open. Is it working on your system?
Sir,
Yeah.
install packages, it is showing the packages in the bracket separate multiple with space or comma. What should I write there?
Within in packages, you just start writing the name of the package. It will show you prompt. So my package is read Excel. So you can see that it is read Excel. So basically you want to read an Excel file. So that is the name of the package. So just start writing READ. You will see it will show you some prompt. And then
Yes, which one? Read Excel.
Read Excel.
Okay.
Now you just press the select that package and it's installed. So with that, it should be installed in your system, and then using that package you can open the Excel file. Choose the but before using that package you have to load the package. So for loading the package you have to use the line 20.
So what do you have to use to load the package?
Library. There is a command. You will see many places. You will see there is a command written as library. So basically, it's like loading the package. Okay. In Jamovi, whenever you install the package, it is ready for use. But that is not the case for RStudio. When you install the package, you have to load it.
Okay. In going to library, we again need to install.
No. When you select that line, that library and run, that means your package is not it is not installed. It is already installed in your system. Now it is loaded. Now you can use it. There is also another way of loading a package. I'll show you that. So within the package option, can you see there is a search icon? Can you see there is besides the update button, there is a search icon?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you press read Excel. Can you see that besides the read Excel, there is a click?
Yes.
Click is there. So if you unclick it, that means it is now unloaded. And if you click it, it is loaded.
Okay.
So that means you can do it also using just clicking certain buttons. You don't have to give the command. I'm just showing you both the way so that you know everything. Yeah.
But so here read Excel is not coming.
If it is installed in your system, it must come. Is it correctly installed in your system, read Excel?
So for the installation, I need to select the library, no?
Yeah. No, for installation, go to the install option, and there you press read Excel, and then install.
Read Excel from the drop-down menu.
Yes. So it will show you certain prompts. And that is the advantage of working with RStudio. In R, nobody will show you any prompt. So that's why it is difficult to work in R. But RStudio is quite handy. Although you have to give some commands, but it's still workable.
So can you
Read
explain
Excel install.
Yeah.
so can you explain the rationale of the code number 25?
25. Yeah. So I'll run it. And then a window will open. From there, I have to choose the particular data set.
Understood, sir. So what I understood was, sir, that the intermediate step which you just demonstrated, which was after the package was installed and before it was loaded, I think the code number 25, what is it accomplishing apart from choosing the data set, sir? Is it doing anything else, sir?
No, it is actually just one way of importing the data.
Understood.
So
Thank you, sir.
all these are basically how to import the data in the R.
Yeah, I got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So one question.
Yeah.
So when we are selecting the library read Excel, after that, what we are taking for loading it?
So
after selecting the library,
you click
read Excel.
You put a tick mark at the left of left box, the box that is in the left side of the read Excel option. So if you put
No,
a
sir,
click,
not the last stage, from in the left upper box.
Okay.
Left in upper box. After we are selecting the library read Excel, that is after installing the read Excel.
After installing the read Excel, there is in line 20, it is written
line
that
20 there is library. Yes.
So when you execute that line 20, that means your library is loaded.
How do I execute it?
So you just select that line and go to the run option. So any execution of any statement is basically selecting the line and going there and clicking the run button.
Okay. And after that, I will select the line number 25, right?
Right.
Okay.
Line number 25.
So selecting the line number 25 and then again run.
Yeah, then
But
again
nothing
run.
is coming. Nothing is coming.
No, actually it is coming. You already have the same data set in your, you got the same data set from the CSV file also. So you are not seeing anything. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So that is it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So once we got the data set, now the next thing that I want to do is to add a few lines in the data set. Suppose I want to add an information of a new patient. So how can I do that? So let's directly come to the line number 39. So actually I have given comments over every line. So maybe later also, if you just come back and see, you will be able to understand what is going on. Adding a new data or a few lines to the existing data frame. Suppose I want to add information of a new patient. So how would I do that? So I create a new data frame. So the data that you have, this object that you got in the R environment, it is called a data frame. So you can do any kind of statistical analysis on data frames. Okay. Now you create a new data frame. So suppose I create such a new data frame. So you can see that it is written as the 31 is the serial number. So you can see here that first one is the serial number, then gender, then age, then height, weight, and then diabetes and heart disease status. So I'm writing such a data set. This is the serial number would be 31. Then 1 and 2 is being used to denote male and female. Then the age, then height, and then weight, then blood sugar status, and then blood pressure status. So suppose this is the status of the profile of the new patient. So I create a new data frame using this particular the record of this particular patient. So I just select the line and then run. So you can see that a new in the top right window, you'll see previously you have only one object, the practice data. Now you got a second object. DE, which is another data frame. So what you have to do, you have to rename the data frame. So if you click, this data frame will open. But can you see that the names of the variables are now completely something very arbitrary, because R itself has given some name for the variables.
Yeah,
But
sir, I have clicked the run,
yeah,
but in the right lower right window, there is view in the bracket DE is not coming.
view DE is not. So can you click on the? Can you see
No,
that
this DE is not coming in the upper right also. There is only practice
Okay.
data.
Okay, so first you select. Have you selected this line D?
Yes.
Data dot frame this line,
Yes,
and
yes,
have
yes.
you executed the command?
Run. I again.
Run. Yeah.
See, it is only coming that DE slash data dot frame the command, not data. In the upper right, there is no DE.
Okay. So in your case, the data is not being formed. That means.
Why?
So it is same for me also.
Okay.
There is no DE separate window.
Same in my case, sir. It's not the DE file is not coming.
Right upper corner mein you can see practice and DE. If you click that now, it will come there.
Where?
Right upper corner mein there will be practice and DE. You can see two things.
None. There is no two. There is only one practice data.
Right upper corner.
Yes, right upper corner frame.
Yeah,
There
it's
is
not
only
coming.
practice data.
This D is not coming.
DE is not coming. Yes.
Right. Only practice data.
Even in the output section, you have one output called view DE.
Right.
That view DE is also not here in my window.
View D is coming because I'm clicking on this D. So it is giving me view D. But in your case, the D itself is not being formed. So that's the problem. You cannot view. It is not even being formed properly.
Okay. So what?
Yeah, there error is coming. I think in the left lower portion it's showing the error.
Okay, so can you tell me what the error is coming? What it is telling? The error is what it is telling?
Error in red underscore Excel file could not find function red underscore Excel. All these are written. Warning message package red Excel was built under our version 4.3.3.
No, that is all right. That is at the time of reading it. So the warning is being shown in my system also. You can see that it is showing some warning message in my system also. That package read.
Yes,
So that's not a problem. But then I just want to create my data set of my own.
But after selecting it and clicking on the run, nothing is showing in the right upper window.
Yeah. So can you just click a photo and share in the common group?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's not being created. I really don't know what is happening here. So
So the stop button, maybe I can see that it's red. Maybe if she can click on the stop button first, that's the red colored
Okay,
thing.
I understand. Yeah, the thing is that some installation is going on in your system. Yeah, I think, yeah, there is a red button called stop. So maybe you should first, can you just push that stop button?
Yes, it is showing interrupt R.
I think something was installed and
R
it
is
was,
not responding to your request to interrupt processing. So to stop the current operation, you may need to terminate R entirely.
yeah. So in that case, you have to just entirely shut down this RStudio and restart it once again. Yeah, that may be the problem. Yeah, actually that is the problem, right? We get it. Yeah. So you have to restart and just read the same dataset once again, and then redo the whole thing. By the way, so I have created a new data frame of my own for a new patient, but you can see that the names of, yeah. Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So as you can see that the practice data has certain names like serial number, gender, age. On the other hand, this D has some strange kind of names given by R. So two such object cannot be combined. R won't allow you to combine such things. For combining object, you need to give a similar kind of name. So that's why I have to give a name to the variable. This DE has some arbitrary name have been allocated by the R system itself. Okay, I have to change them. I have to change them and rename them in this form: serial number, gender, age, height, weight, diabetes status, heart status, and then only R will allow me to combine it. So let us do that. So so this names, you just run the 41 line, the line number 41. Now you check this D, you'll see now its name is totally changed. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Now you'll see that both DE and the practice data, they have similar kind of variable name. Now you can combine them. And how you are combining? The command is rbind. The meaning of rbind means row binding. So that means you are binding them according to the rows. So you have up to 30 row, you have a data set, and then you are binding accordingly row the next data frame. So that's why it is such kind of binding is called row binding. So the command is rbind. You just rbind them and create a new data frame. I have created a new data frame DF. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so there is a slight change. Yeah, so you'll see here there was SL dot NO dot. So after SL there is a dot. So you have to omit that, and then you will be able to combine both the data frame. So can you do it, and please tell me whether it is working in your system? And you will get a new data frame DF1, which has now 31 data points.
Yes,
So
working,
previously
sir.
it is working. Okay, fine then. So now you have the information of the 31st patient also in your data frame. Yeah, so this is the 31st patient. Okay.
Sir, it is again not coming.
Which one?
Like in the 41,
Yeah.
I've clicked run, then 42, click run, and then for 43.
Right. In 42, it is showing you some error, right? When you run 42.
42.
Some red colored message is coming, right? In the console.
No. What you have just mentioned did I have omitted the dot from SL.
Right. Right.
Then I have run the 41, 42, and then I need to run the 43.
Right.
There is no data is adding again. Like
No,
there
when,
is
the red button still coming in your
yes,
system?
how to
Is the
off.
red button?
Yes, sir.
It is still coming.
Yes.
So please wait. Then I think it is better to wait till the red button is gone. Some installation process is going on in your system. Maybe because of that, R is not working correctly.
Okay.
Yeah. So also, what we can do, we can change the name of our data frame. Suppose this is the serial number, but I want to rename the data frame. And I want to change it to the name patient ID. So what you have to do, you have to just run this particular command. And you'll see that it is changed now, patient ID. So in that manner, you can change all the variable names in your data frame. Now the next thing that we are going to discuss is how to split the data frame into parts. For example, suppose I just want to take the first 5 variable and create a sub data frame out of that. Suppose I'm no longer interested in their disease status, but all I am interested in their these parameters, these health parameters, not their disease status. So in that case, what I'll be doing, I'll be just slicing the data frame and create a new data frame from that. So what I'm giving in the first case, this is the row. So in the row part, I'm not mentioning anything. So that means every data will be written. So all the information of that for all the 31 patients will be kept. But in the second part, which is telling you about the columns, it is telling that 1 to up to 5. So 1:5 means 1 to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means only the first 5 columns will be retained. So let us do that and check what we get in the DF2. So you'll see, if you see the DF2, you'll see that only first 5 variables are stored now. Now it is a new data frame, which contains only the part of the information that may be useful for your statistical analysis. You just forget about the rest of the part. Similarly, you can do the slicing along the row also. That is also possible. That you want to keep all the information for first 5 patients, but you don't delimit the variables. In that case, you put 1:5 before the comma. So that means you are mentioning the rows. Now you are saying that the first row, the second row, the third row, the fourth row, and the fifth row should be written. But what about the column? You are not specifying in the column. So that means all the columns will be written. So we'll check, you'll see that now the information of the first 5 patients is written and all the variables are written now for them. So is it working now in your system? So
Yes,
can you,
sir.
okay. Similarly, we have seen that as we can add a few rows as the information of some newly joining patients. Similarly, we can also add some new variables. Suppose You just want to you just get hold of some auxiliary information about the patients, maybe some demographic information or regarding their social status, and you want to add those extra information in the form of a new variable. Okay, so we'll do that now. So previously you have seen a call option. You have seen a command like rbind. So that means binding along rows. Now you are actually adding new columns to your data frame. So that's why it is called cbind. So the meaning is column binding. So you are binding columns, create new variables. You are binding new variables in your data set. So now let's check how the DF4 look like. You see that diabetes, heart disease, and then you have some auxiliary information. And then they also have some extra demographic information. So this is how you can do all the manipulations related to a data set. You can change, modify your data set. Okay. Finally, if you want to slice your data set along certain numbers, suppose I just want to keep the information, or I just want to retrieve the information for the first patient, the third patient, and the fifth patient, not the ones in between. So what I'll do, I'll just mention them in this way, and then I'll run them. And then you'll see only the informations of this patient number 1, patient number 3, and patient number 5 is printed. Okay, the rest are ignored. So in this way, you can retrieve only information of those patients on which you may be interested to investigate further. There's also some command for ordering the data or ordering the data frame. Now, suppose if I want to order the data frame, now ordering can be done many different ways. Suppose I want to order them according to their age. So in that way, I can order them. Or suppose you want to order them according to their height, then there will be a different ordering. So when you are giving the command of ordering, you have to mention what variable you want to use for ordering. Are you going to order according to the age or according to the height? Now, the way of mentioning a particular variable in R is done in this way. So suppose I have written DF4. DF4 is my data frame. Now that data frame contains many variables, like there is a variable called age, there is a variable called height, there is a variable called weight. To get to the specific variable, what you will do, after writing DF4, I'll press the dollar symbol, and then it will show me the prompts. Is it showing prompts in your system also? Can you just try once?
So just repeat,
Yeah. So suppose I have written the DF4 and then press the dollar command. A prompt should automatically come up.
Sir, after DF4 in this command section, there is age, then comma.
I am talking about
58.
58. So
Yes.
in 58, what I have done, I have erased whatever I have written. Okay. Then I just write DF4 and then I press the dollar button.
Okay.
Press the dollar symbol.
Yes.
Once you press the dollar symbol, it will show you a prompt.
The only dollar symbol is coming, no prompt.
DF4. So can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
DF4, and then I press the dollar, and it is coming. Can you see the? I think it may not come in the shared screen because is it?
It is coming.
Can you just check once that after pressing the dollar, you don't press anything else, just press the dollar, then it should come. Once again, go back, just erase it and write it afresh. DF4 dollar only. Do nothing else. It should come.
DF4 and then
Just
Yes, sir, it's
just write
coming.
down the dollar. Don't do anything else. If you do anything else, it won't come. The prompt won't come. Prompt will be going.
Where is the dollar?
Generally, it
The
it is in the
prompt is not coming.
Prompt is not coming, sir.
yeah, but it should work. I don't know.
It
is coming, sir.
It's coming, sir. You have to delete the age part.
Yeah, I've deleted the age part.
You did not only delete the age part, you delete everything. The DF4 dollar age, everything. You delete it, write it afresh.
Yes, sir. DF4.
Everything we need to delete.
Yes, you have to delete the whole thing. DF4 dollar age, this whole thing you delete it, write it once again. DF4, then write dollar, and then immediately the prompt will come.
Then to write age. No.
No, you don't have to write anything.
So do I need to remove the decreasing is equal to true sign also?
No. You don't
Decrease.
have to do anything. Okay, so
I've
can you
removed
see
that
my
part.
screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes,
So
sir.
I have removed the DF4 dollar age.
Yes,
Then
sir.
see what I'm doing. I'm writing DF4, then dollar. Now the prompt
Sir,
is
how are
coming
you
to
getting the dollar sign?
the dollar. The
Just
shift.
decide that
Shift
4.
Shift 4.
Shift
Yes,
4,
shift
right.
4.
hash. Beside hash.
Beside hash. Right.
Yes, I'm doing that, but there is no
prompt.
No prompt.
Same here, sir.
Sir,
Same here.
actually, those who have not completed all the steps will not have a D4 file. So they can try using practice named file. Then it will come instead of DF4.
Okay. Yeah. So that may be a possibility that your system may not have the DF4 file. Yeah. That's why it is not coming. Yeah, I understand.
Okay. So,
So
sir,
whatever
can
you
we
will-
write only DE? Because my
Yeah,
DE
if
has came.
DES came, but what about the practice data set? That
Yes,
also
I have the practice data set.
So you just write practice data underscore data dollar. You write it there. Practice underscore data dollar.
Practice underscore data
Dollar. It should give you
dollar.
now the prompt.
Yes. Now it is coming.
Yes. So
Now
these are,
it's coming.
Yeah. So yeah, I understand. Yeah, thank you for your help. That yeah. So
Sir,
now you choose the
sir, I have
particular
a
variable.
doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, after DF3, I'm not able to get DF4. I can send the screenshot. It shows that error in data.frame. Sir, up to DF3, I am getting. After DF3, the DF4 is not seen because, so I'll send a screenshot of it. Whatever.
Okay. Can you send the screenshot?
Yes, sir. Doing. And after that, none of the functions are like, I'm not able to run because DF4 is not found.
Sir, I have just a small request.
Yeah.
Can you please just repeat after forming like after 39, like my stop is now gone. And in my data, there is practice data and DE, but the DF1, DF2, DF3, DF4 are not there. Just can you just please, sir, quickly just say it so I can catch it up.
So in DF1, you just run the 42 command number 42 and check whether a DF1 is formed.
Okay, run the command number 42. No, it is saying again DF1 rbind practice data DE. No.
So have you deleted that SL dot the dot after the SL?
Yes.
Now your D is formed.
No, first 41. I need to click the 41.
Yes. First you have to click the 41.
41, run. Then 42.
Then 42
select,
run.
Run.
Select and run. Now DF1 is formed, right?
No, there is saying error in match name C.
Right. So there must be some mismatch in the name. Like previously I told you that SL.NO dot is not going to match. In
Yes,
Windows,
there is no SL.NO, there is SLNO dot.
and also there is a gap between SL and NO.
There will be a gap.
Yes, there have to be a gap because
Okay.
Windows actually create trouble in everything. So when I run this same code in my Linux system, they work perfectly fine, but I'm also getting error now.
Okay, 41 run, 42 run.
Now,
No.
now are you getting DF1 or again you are getting error?
No,
Mismatch.
after running 42, there is error in match.names.
So there must be some mismatch. So can you just check the D variable, name of the D variable and DF variable, the D variable and the practice data variable side by side and check whether there is any difference. Maybe a capital letter, small letter, gap, non-gap, that kind of thing is there. If there is any such difference, it won't combine. So that is the problem.
Okay. I need to check the data set, practice data set and DE set.
DE set.
Okay. SL number, gender, age, height, weight, diabetes.
Everything should match. And exactly.
Okay, there is SL number one. There is a dot. There is a dot in the
so
practice
you
data
have to,
set.
You have to delete that dot.
How can I delete the dot in practice data set?
No. In your practice data set has a dot, right? SL number after number there is a dot, right?
Yes.
And in that newly created D data set,
there is no dot.
So you have to put the dot there.
Okay, I need to put the dot. How do I put the dot, sir?
So you have renamed the names. Go to the 41 line names. Then SL gap NO dot. It should be SL gap NO dot.
Yes, there is SL gap NO dot.
And the rest should be same. Rest is fine. Now it should work.
Yes. The 41 command is running.
Okay.
Then when I put the 42.
Yes.
And run.
Yes.
It is showing error in the match.
So that means there must be some mismatch in the names of the variables, and that's why they are not being combined.
So that is what I'm saying. The DE column has no dot, but the practice data set has a dot.
So you have to put the dot in the. So is your D column look like this? Can you see my screen and that SL gap NO dot? Is your D column look like this? Is your D column also look like this?
Yes. My D column looks like this.
And what about the practice data?
No, sir, practice data has a dot. That's what I'm saying.
But D column also has a dot.
No. The practice data has a dot after SL.
So that dot have to be removed after
How
SL.
do I do that, sir?
Yes. So here you are giving the name, right? Names of the D. So you yourself is giving the name. So there, if you put a dot will coming. If you don't put a dot, a name won't be coming.
So do I put a dot there? Do I have to put a dot there?
No, you don't have to put the dot there. It was there in my original code. That's why you are getting error. I was also getting error because of that. So what I have done, I have removed it. So it was in my original code, it was like this. Can you see the screen? It was written like this.
Yes. That's why the practice data has SL dot.
No, practice data doesn't have SL dot. Practice data has SL gap NO dot. Is it that? Practice data has SL gap NO dot.
SL dot NO dot.
Oh, your practice data have SL dot NO dot. Is it that?
Then I think
you just check what is there in your practice data. Is it SL dot NO dot or SL gap NO dot?
Sir, in my set, practice data has SL dot NO dot.
In that case, okay. So do one thing. in that case, for D
So
also,
your voice
while
is cracking.
yeah, so am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so in that case, what you do, you just rename your D in this way, SL dot NO dot. You just do that. Now it should combine. SL dot gap NO dot. Now you check whether the command 42 is executed or not.
Sir, do I have to put a dot there?
Yes, you put a dot there, SL dot NO dot. The thing is that
Okay.
the names should be exactly match. It is not matching because one has SL gap NO dot, the other one has SL dot gap NO dot. So there is a difference in the dot, and the system doesn't understand anything. So they just
Okay, now it is not showing any errors. Now I go, okay, now the DF1 is created.
right.
Yes.
So now the problem is gone.
Okay, then how do I create the DF2?
The DF2 is created by taking the only the first 5 variable. You run the command 47.
47.
You will see only a part of the data where some first 5 variable is considered. Similarly, if
Okay,
you run
47 and
run.
Okay, DF2 is created.
DF2 is
Now,
created. You click on
49.
DF2. Then 49 and run. Another DF2 will be created. But before going to the 49, you just check 48.
Okay.
So you will see a shorter data set with less amount of information.
Yes, only 5
variables is there.
Yes.
So that is what I have mentioned here. Only keep the
Okay.
5 variables and forget about the others. Now, similarly,
Sir,
what you can, yeah.
So just mention once that before comma and after comma, what is that means?
Before comma means when I specify 1:5 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now before comma means row, and before comma means after comma means column. The concept is row and column. So when you don't specify the row number, when you don't put anything before the comma, that means you are not specifying anything about row. So that means you are not specifying what patient to retain, but you are specifying the column number. So that means you are specifying these variables are to be there in my new data set. On the other hand, when you are executing the command number 49 and 50, there you are specifying completely opposite, that you are saying that my patient number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have to be retained. And regarding the variables, you are not saying anything now. So now only the the data of the first 5 patients will be. So that is what I have discussed.
Okay, sir. Then how do I add DF3?
The DF3 is you execute the command 52 and 53 and then check DF4. In the 54 command, DF4, you'll see some new variable with new auxiliary information is combined.
52 run, DF3 is there.
Yeah.
And 54 run, DF4 is there. Okay.
Yeah.
Now DF4 clicking and run.
Yeah.
It is showing the demographic location.
Yes.
Rural, urban, rural, urban. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
But in my 58, I'm getting a cross unexpected token.
Yeah, I think someone else also have similar kind of problem in ordering. But anyway, please, we should not get too much bothered about these things, because this is just simple thing like ordering the data set, whether you want to order according to age, like that. You can also perform this operation in Excel. So these are very basic things. So let's just ignore those things for the time being, okay? And then you can order the data set to get the new data set, which is ordered according to the age of the patients. Can you see my screen, the DF4 now? And now it is ordered according to the decreasing age. So the first patient has highest age 59, then the second patient has second highest age 56, then 42, then 36, then 25. So I have ordered the data set accordingly in this way. Is it now okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so far this is what we are
Sir,
supposed.
after the
Yeah.
$sign, what should we select?
Yeah. After the $sign, after DF4, you press the dollar and then I have selected age. You can select something
Age.
else. So you
Okay.
just select age, maybe.
Okay.
Then your DF4 data frame is ordered according to the age. You'll see the serial number is now jeopardized. It's like 54123, something like that. Previously, it was the patient ID was 12345. It was no longer like that. It is now arranged according to the age. Okay, so this is so far so much about the importing data, basic data processing, arranging the file, adding new rows, new columns, and all these things. Okay, so these are like the basic things. Now I'll just close all these files.
Sir, just one query.
Yeah.
Like, what is the difference between that row number 58 and 59? So at first in 58 we are ordering, and 59 for the
Right.
frame 4.
Right. Exactly. In the first case, basically I'm extracting the index. So what are the patient numbers or what are the serial numbers? So that is like maybe the 5th patient has high stage. Then the 7th patient may have second high stage, like that. So that is only giving me the order, the numbers, the index. But I really don't want only the number, but I want to arrange the whole data set according to that number. So that is given by the last command. If you use the command number 58, you only get certain in order of the index. You can see yourself that it is not changing your data set. It is not changing your data frame, DF4, if you are using the command number 58. But when you use the command number 59, it will arrange the data set.
Okay.
It will order the data set. Okay.
Can we run that?
Yes, you can run that, provided no error is coming there. Okay. Yeah. Now let us talk briefly about the data coding part. Once again, you import that practice data, the CSV one. Okay. CSV1, once again I import it. Actually it is already there, I may not have to import it, but anyway, if it is not there, please just redo everything afresh. Is it okay? Is it now okay for you? Can you see the practice data is open, and can you please open it? You also have to open the file data_coding now. Now let us see how we can do the coding. In the gender, under the gender variable option, you have 1, 2, 1, 2 in that way. Suppose I just want to replace them as male, female. So how can I do the coding? The command is given here. First, I create a gender code and then I replace the original variable by the gender code. So the command is if else practice data $gender is equal to 1. The meaning is that under the practice data, dollar means variable. The gender variable under the practice data. So this is the gender variable under the practice data. If it turns out to be 1, I call that person male. So I call that person male. And if it is something else, I call that person female. So that is how I could do the data coding. So is it clear that how do I replace the 1, 2 to male, female? So the command is basically we use an if else command. Is it okay? So have you been able to run this command, execute this command? So can anybody please confirm me whether it is working in their system?
Yes.
Okay. And then I replace, so this arrow option, this is basically the option which tells you to replace the original variable. What was the original variable? The practice data $gender. So under the practice data, this is the original variable gender. So what it is telling that replace this practice data $gender by the gen code. Can you see the gen code in the console that it is coming male, male, female, female like that? So I just want to replace, and that replacement will be done through the command number 6. And once you execute that command, now go back to the practice data, you'll see now it is replaced by male, male, female in that way.
Okay.
Okay. Now suppose I just want to do some kind of summary statistic, or not really summary statistic, but summary statistic will be actually useful for, so to calculate the summary statistics. Suppose I just want to calculate summary statistics associated with age. So these are the age values. So these are the values of ages of different patients. I just want to see what is the maximum age, what is the minimum age, what is the median age, what is the mean age. So that can be seen by the command summary. So you execute the command number 8, you should get the minimum age, the first quartile, the median value, the mean value, the third quartile, and the maximum age. So the maximum age is 78. The minimum age is
hello, Hamol.
Yeah, and the mean age is 46. Okay.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no problem.
So when you imported again the data set,
right?
These code instructions were part of the data set when they were imported in the Studiozo?
This what you are saying, sir?
Sir, I'll repeat again.
Yeah.
When you imported the data set, sir.
Right.
Again, and here you're calculating the summary statistics, sir.
Right.
These codes self-loaded in the console, sir, or
no. I have opened this data underscore coding.r.
Yeah,
so,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is it part of that, sir?
Yes,
I mean,
it is part of that. So these commands are written in that file. So I have written this file myself. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
And I have
Sir,
put this command there.
But for example, if I'm working on a data set where there are no codes written, can I use ChatGPT to customize these codes?
Yes, it is possible. You have to then give the instruction to ChatGPT that write the R code, give me the R code for calculating summary statistics. It will definitely give you the code. Then you can copy paste that code from ChatGPT to here, and you can run it. Perhaps it will run, everything will be working correctly.
So if I upload the data set in the ChatGPT and tell the ChatGPT to give me codes for R and then copy paste these codes and run in the console, so it will work.
It should work. It should work. I haven't worked with ChatGPT, but I know that many things can be done in ChatGPT. So maybe you will get it will give you the correct code most of the time. But the only thing is that since it is machine given, you have to be careful. You have to double check everything. Like if it is given written in some documents by some expert, then you can just believe it blindly because he has already tested everything. But if it is given by the machine, then you have to just be a bit careful.
Is there an open source repository of codes available online, sir?
Not really code available, but if you just search, there are many websites where people who work in computer science, they give, they generally they answer this sort of questions. There are many such websites. So you just Google it and you will get it. You should get everything.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Now suppose I want to do the coding of the age also. So I just want to divide the age code into three or four different types. So suppose if my age is less than equal to 36.75, I'm just taking something random, I'll assign the number 1. If else, that means if it is more than 36.75 but less than equal to 47.50, I'll assign the number 2. If else, another if else, if this is more than 47.50 but less than 56, then I will assign the number 3. For all the other cases, I'll assign the number 4. So that is my coding scheme. So there are multiple if else's, you have to be careful about it. And how the brackets are given, you have to be careful about that. So there are multiple brackets, so be careful about that. But rest are very easy. So I execute this command, then see what are the ages coming out to be. So these are the age codes, and then I replace the age code in my original data set. So can you see that now the age is coded as not any longer numbers are coming, but only 1, 2, 3, 4. That code is coming. Okay, so this is how we can do the data coding in R.
This actually is magic, sir.
Yeah, actually magic. But the only thing is that you have to write a few lines of command. So that's the problem.
This is much easier than doing that in SPSS.
But the writing the command is the difficult part.
The difficult part, right. So that's what I have told you, that the problem of SPSS is that it is hugely costly. Okay, so unless your institute provides you with a version of SPSS, it's difficult to get hold of that. That is very costly. Now, then the only alternative you have to go with the open source software. Now, among the open source software, R is the best. R and Python, but Python is actually not needed for such small kind of data. Python is mainly needed for those who work in industry, who deals with very massive data.
It's very complex also.
Python. Yeah, Python is complex. R is also complex, but if you use RStudio, it's relatively easy because you are getting prompts. That is the advantage.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Sir, can we make the age code into a different column without changing the original age?
Yes. By using that cbind option, I told you that in the previous code that you can create a new column. Like we have added some demographic information, then auxiliary variable. So there you can just use the cbind column. Okay, so let me show you that. Okay, just let me show you that. So once again, let me read it. Text. Import, and then suppose what you are suggesting that instead of replacing the practice data $h by h code, can we just add them in an extra column? Yes, that is possible. Can you see that now?
So one
You
question.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. So how to create these comment file? All those comments, how to create those comments? Is there a specific rule?
No, there is no specific rule. Suppose I open a new file. Can you see this option, new file? Remember that we have always worked with this open file option. So that means we already have some ready-made things and we are just opening that. But
Yes,
suppose you want to create your own file. Suppose you are working in some specific area of genetics or some area where you have to use some very specific kind of code which is not known to us. So suppose then you use this new file option and you will see there is an option called RScript. So you use an RScript. So can you see that now it is showing untitled one, and there you type your own command. Now at this point of time when you are typing your command, maybe initially you will get some errors, some problems, you may not be able to correctly get it. So you have to do some trial and error kind of thing. So you do it and then you save. Now suppose I save is, I give a name, so demo file, and then I save that as a save as type. So can you see that after saving you got a demo underscore file.r? So this is just like my data underscore coding dot r. So you got your new file. You can type your command on your own and do some experimentation so that you finally get the good result. Yeah, so this is so much about the data coding part.
Sir, just one more time. Can you just show how to add that main age column within it?
Yeah. So you first have to once again reread the practice data column, practice data set, because now I have already replaced that. So now there is no way of getting hold of the original practice data set. So you have to once again open from the text base. You first reread the practice data set.
Okay.
After you are done with that, you please tell me and then we'll proceed.
Yes, comma separated values.
Right.
Import. Okay.
Now it is imported. Now
yes,
you have a H code variable, and now you also have the original data. Now what one of our member was telling that instead of replacing the age variable by H code, can I just add that as an extra column? Yes, that is possible. For doing that, you have to use the command column bind. I told you there are two options. One is the row binding. So that means you are adding information of new patients, or you want to add a new variable for all the patients. So we just want to add a new variable, which is the H code variable for all the patients. So this is the command: cbind practice underscore data, comma age underscore. You just
so how do we write the now after okay.
You write yourself. You just write
okay.
practice underscore data, then this arrow sign, you have to put this
underscore
data, then put the less than symbol from your laptop.
Yes,
and then press dash and then write cbind practice underscore data, comma age underscore code.
Practice underscore data, comma age underscore code. Okay. Now
you execute this command.
Run.
Okay. Only.
Yes, the age code is there.
Yes. Now if you now if you open this practice data, you'll see both the age is coming as well as the age code is also coming as a separate column.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So is it fine? Okay.
Yes. But for that, I need to give the command for coding beforehand.
Right.
Okay. Then only I can create. Okay.
Right. Then only. No, the thing is that you first have you can use this command number 9 to create the code variable, and then you can run this cbind column, cbind command. So given from the original data, first you have to get the coding.
If I directly run the 9 command, it will replace the age.
No, it won't
column.
replace the age. It will only create a new variable.
Okay.
And the replacement was done in line number 11, where you are actually replacing this age by age code.
Okay.
Now, what we are doing, what I'm suggesting, you run 9, then don't run 11, but directly go to run 12. So that means you are no longer replacing, but adding that as a separate column. So that you can do.
Okay.
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 Okay. So then we'll open another file. Data coding is done. Importing data. Handling missing value. Handling missing value. Okay. So once again, we are dealing with that practice data set. Now I'll be using a command to check whether I have any missing value in my data. And that command is given in the line number 3, is.na. So the command is there any NA value? So NA means not available value. You just run that command, you'll see that, can you see false written everywhere in your terminal? So that false means there is no missing value. If it is true, then there is a missing value. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, in this particular example, we don't have any missing value, but if in some particular problem you have missing value, then it is difficult to identify where is written the true. If it is a very big file, finding where a true is written, it may be difficult. So one way of doing this is to use this command number 5, which will give you the index where the missing data is there. Unfortunately, in our case, we don't have any missing data, so it is not returning anything. Okay. And if you want to calculate how many missing data are there in your data set, that is given by the command number 7. So you run it. You'll see in our case, it is giving me 0 because we have 0 missing data. Everything is present in the data set. There is no missing data. Is it okay? Now,
Yes,
suppose now I directly go to the line number 17. Suppose I create a data frame where some missing data is there. So can you see the data frame DF? And you will see some of the values are there and some of them are missing in the Y column. So if you use the command is.na df, you will see wherever there is missing value, you'll see there is a true that it is printing you the value true wherever there is a missing value. In generally, what we do in that case when we have missing data, a very common approach is to impute, or that means whatever values are available, we calculate the average based on that and we replace that average value everywhere. So that is called the imputation method. So this is a command to impute. Okay, so this command, the command number 20, once we execute the command number 20, and if you go back to the DF4, you'll see now the missing values are gone. Actually, the missing values are replaced by the average value of the remaining ones on which we have the data available. So everyone is getting that? Are you getting that? Please tell me.
Please repeat.
Sir, can you please repeat?
Yeah. So have you been able to get the DF where there are some missing value? This after executing the line number 17, we just directly go to the line number 17, execute the line number 17, and then click on the DF. You can see our data vector, data frame.
Yes.
So you'll see some of the y values are NA, so not available. There is no value there. So that is the missing value part.
Okay.
So I want to replace those missing values by the average of the available values. So what I'll do, I'll execute the command number 20.
Command number 20.
Yeah.
That is $y.
No. Yeah, $y, right. And within brackets, something is written.
Sir, in your case, it is 21 $y.
Okay. Yeah, 21. So you should be running the command number 19 then.
Okay.
$y is .na, something is written like that. So you run that command.
Okay.
So now you go back and check your data frame. Now you'll see the missing values are replaced with their average.
Yes.
Those which are initially missing, now you are getting replacing, imputing. This is called imputation technique. So you just impute the average, simple average them, so that now the data become complete. So is everyone getting this?
Yes, sir. Sir, could you please explain that 21 command, like at the last, it is what is that rmna.rm?
Okay. So you mean this 19, the command number 19 or the 21? Actually, 19
Sorry,
and
19,
21
19,
is,
sorry.
yeah, 19 and 21 are similar commands. Okay. So what it is telling, yes, you are absolutely. So what it is telling, suppose I haven't written this narm.true. So what it would be calculating, it is calculating the mean of the y vector. Now see that y vector has 10 values available and 10 values not available. So if you try to calculate the mean of such a vector, you won't get anything meaningful. So that's why you are saying that na.rm is equal to true. So that means you are saying that remove the na part. The true means remove it. Remove the na part and keep just calculate the mean based on the rest of the values. So that is the meaning of this. So that way you get a number 5.5, and then this part of the command is telling you wherever you have a na value, replace that value with this mean value. So that's why you are getting 5.5 everywhere.
Okay.
In the last 10 position, you can see. Is it now okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is all about missing value. So you can identify whether there is a missing value. You can identify how many missing values are there in your data set. You can also replace those missing value by the average value, which is known as imputation technique. So you can do this kind of basic operation using just simple R codes. Okay. Now we shall be opening this data visualization set. So execute the command number 3. So what you are getting? So you are getting the information of the gender. Okay, just a minute.
Sir, I just want to ask one question regarding the
Yeah.
coding you already earlier done.
Yeah.
Is it necessary to do coding in R? Because I think it's not needed, I think, in R if we are doing regression, it is.
No,
Because in
for regression you
SPSS
don't need R coding.
Yes, no?
No. You can use Jamovi also for doing regression.
Yes, but in R, as such, there is no need of coding.
As such,
Like
there is no, right, exactly.
Okay.
So that's what I told right at the beginning, that for all practical purposes, Jamovi will be sufficient. But why R is needed? That suppose you are doing some very specialized kind of working on very specialized kind of area where not many people are working, then definitely you won't get a Jamovi module for doing that kind of analysis. For that, you will be requiring R. And the problem for this particular workshop is that I'm supposed to give one workshop on time series analysis, and that is the problem, that Jamovi doesn't have a good kind of module for time series data analysis. It's using that module, you can do simple time series analysis, but you cannot do anything advanced. But since in this workshop, I'm supposed to teach you a little bit of advanced time series also, that's why I have to show this R coding.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, Jamovi is good enough for all other practical purposes. That I can.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, suppose I just want to create a pie diagram. So what you can do, instead of running one command at a time, you can just select 4 commands and run. And that should give you the pie diagram. Can you see the pie diagram in my window, my shared window?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now directly come to the line number 13. From line number 13 to line number 17, just select those lines and run. This will give you an example of a graph. So this is actually a very interesting data set. I mean, the number of discoveries, important discoveries in different years in the history of mankind, and you can show this is a time series data. This is actually an interesting time series data. Okay. You can also plot the box plot. So for seeing how to plot a box plot in R code, you can choose the command number 20 to 22 and execute that, and that should give you the box plot. Is everyone getting the box plot in their respective window also?
So this is base R package, na? It is not ggplot2.
No, it is not ggplot2. We are using base R package.
Okay. Thank
The
you.
ggplot actually give you very nice looking picture.
Yes.
Which may be useful if you are submitting to a journal, because they generally want to see nice looking graphs. But we are just doing base R, the simple one.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Similarly, you can also plot the histogram. Like we can plot the histogram of height. So I select the line number 26. That should give me the histogram of heights. Can you see that?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sir, if we install ggplot2 package and run the same command, will it work?
No. That is not going to work. The ggplot commands are relatively more complex. Yeah. These commands won't work. Okay, now finally, I just want to show you a scatter plot. So can you select the line number 47 and 48 to get the scatter plot? So have you been able to get the scatter plot?
Yes, sir.
And then you run the line number 49, which will give you also the regression line. Regression line of weight over height. So remember in the last class also, in Jamovi also, we got the regression line, we got the equation. So you are also getting the same regression line in R. So I'm just demonstrating that everything that you have done Jamovi, you can do also them in R. But of course, the problem is that you need to know a bit commands here. That's the issue. But anyway, for all practical purposes, Jamovi will be sufficient, I think. So, So I hope everybody got this up to this regression part, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then I clear everything. So you go there and you got this option and clear everything. So that means all the variables that are created so far, you just clear it so that it doesn't look very clumsy. Now we open the file. Statistical analysis. Then once again, I import the practice data set. Then you execute the command command 2 and command 2. Are you getting any results out of that? The command is giving you the summary statistics for all the variables separately. As you can see, it is giving us the median value, the mean value, the maximum value, the minimum value for the gender, which is of course meaningless because gender is a binary variable. On the other hand, it is also giving me the minimum value, the median value, the maximum value for height. It is of course of interest to us. Similarly, it is also giving me the summary measure for weights. So using the summary statistic option, you can easily get the summary statistic for the whole data set. Okay. You can also calculate the you can get the correlation value. You can get the correlation value. You can get the test statistic for correlation. Just go to the line number 10 and execute the command. So what you are getting? Are you getting anything? The line number 10.
Yes, sir.
So it is giving you everything about the correlation. You'll see at the in your console, at the bottom, you are getting the correlation value 0.6. So that means this is the calculated correlation from the data you are providing. Then above that, you are getting a confidence interval. So there's a notion of confidence interval for sample estimates. Like we have discussed in the last class, that what happened if the band around the regression line is thin, then that means the estimate is more reliable. If it is very flat, then that means it is not very reliable. So similar concept is provided through this 95% confidence interval. Also, it is giving me a testing for correlations. And so we are getting a p-value. And what it is telling, that p-value is very small. So that means your null hypothesis is rejected. And what was the null hypothesis? The null hypothesis is that there is no correlation. So that hypothesis is rejected. So that means it is telling you that definitely there is correlation between height and weight. And actually that is quite common sense, and also it is evident from the picture also. You will see that if the height is increasing, the weight is naturally increasing. So it is also evident from the p-value. The p-value is very small. So your null hypothesis is definitely rejected.
Sir, but the spread of data does not indicate that way, sir. If you see the graph that is generated between height and weight, so they should be concentrated around the regression line, sir. Right, sir?
Yeah. It is not being yeah, you are correct. That it is not really concentrated, but it is scattered, definitely scattered, but there is a pattern that it is increasing. If in general height is increasing, the weight supposed to be increasing. So that's why there have to be a positive correlation.
Yes, sir. You're right, sir. The trend is like that, but I was just making observation. Very true, sir.
Yeah, right. So had that been the case, that it is very much very much concentrated around the regression line, then you could have seen that this confidence interval is very thin. but it is not coming out to be very thin. You will see that it ranges from 0.3 to 0.8 almost. Okay, so that means it's quite large. Yeah. But in general, there is an increasing trend, and that is evident from the value of the correlation, also from the test statistics. Yeah. So similarly, but this is the correlation calculated based on Pearson correlation. You also, if you wish, you can calculate some other kind of correlation, like the Spearman's correlation or Kendall's correlation. So you can do that. So all you have to do, you have to change the name. Okay, so you can just run them later also. So I have given the explanation of every line right at the beginning. So you can run them yourself and see what you are getting. Okay, so it's doable. Now we open the file inferential statistics. And you run the command number 2. It will give you the it will execute the Shapiro-Wilks test of normality. The command is shapiro.test. If you forget the command, you just go to the help section and type Shapiro, and you'll see it is giving you prompt shapiro.test. And then from there you can read. If you somehow forget the command, you can see, you can read the command from there. And if you don't understand even by reading the documentation, it is possible. Sometimes it is written in a cumbersome manner. Then you have to go to Google and just type that how to perform Shapiro-Wilks test in R. So you will definitely see a lot of recommendations are given from different people. You just try out them. That should work. This is how it works. Okay. You can also perform the t-test, one sample t-test, and this is the command t.test, and then you give the hide variable, and actually you are here you are performing the t-test for mean level 18. In generally, when you perform the t-test, very often we perform t-test for mean level 0. So there you have to set mu equal to 0. This is your mean level. You can also perform the Kolmogorov-Smirnov type test. It is possible. So just you can perform this. Select from code 12 to 16 and execute it. That should give you the Kolmogorov-Smirnov test. But this is one sample Kolmogorov-Smirnov. There is also a 2 sample version. So we have also done that. From code number 18 to 21, we can execute the 2 sample Kolmogorov-Smirnov test, and everything is given here. The p-value.
So 18 to 21.
18 to 21 will give you the 2 sample Kolmogorov-Smirnov. And 12 to 16 will give you 1 sample Kolmogorov-Smirnov, which is an alternative of Shapiro-Wilks or other kind of test.
Sir, what is the difference between 1 sample and 2 samples?
Right, the 1 sample and 2 sample. Suppose you have a group of boys and you have a group of girls, and you have certain observations on boys and girls, and you want to check whether the data on boys and the data on girls, they are similar or they are dissimilar. So how would you perform that? Perform the test. You have to perform a Kolmogorov-Smirnov 2 sample test, because you have 2 sample, 1 sample on boys and another sample on girls. Now suppose you only have a sample on boys, and you have a belief that your data is coming from a bell-shaped curve, so that you can go ahead with usual statistics, usual theory of statistics. You don't have to bother too much about anything else. So how to assess that? You will either perform a Shapiro-Wilks test, or in that case, if you believe that Shapiro-Wilks test is not working well, maybe you can perform a 1 sample Kolmogorov-Smirnov test. In that case, you have only 1 sample, a sample of boys only. There is no concept of 2 different samples.
2 sample k-test is So
Yeah.
can I speak?
Yeah,
So
you sure. Huh.
So
Yeah.
two sample Kolmogorov Smirnov test is telling sir that when we are checking the normality distribution of these two, whether it is normal.
No. It is not telling that. I'll tell you what it is telling you. When you are checking one sample Kolmogorov-Smirnov test, it is telling you whether your data set is normally distributed or not. When you are checking two sample Kolmogorov-Smirnov test, it is just telling whether the first sample is similarly distributed as the second sample. It is not saying anything about normality.
Okay, sir. Similarly distributed. So
Yeah.
if it is okay, sir. So
It is like a more general version of what you say the two sample t-test. In two sample t-test, you check the mean level of two groups, right? One group of maybe placebo and another group of patients, where you have applied some appropriate kind of treatment, and another group, for another group you have given some placebo, and then you are checking their level are same or not. That you do using a two sample t-test.
Unpaired t.
Right, unpaired t-test, which we statisticians call it two sample t-test. So Kolmogorov-Smirnov is a more general kind of version of that, because when you are doing unpaired t-test, there is a tacitly you are assuming that both the data are coming from some bell-shaped curve. But suppose you have no idea about that, how can you proceed? Then you have to use some non-parametric test. You cannot use t-test. So this is what you do. Then you.
So what will be the null hypothesis, sir, while performing this two sample?
The null hypothesis is that the distribution of for the boys or the distribution of the placebo is same as the distribution of the girls or the distribution of the patients. Or in other words, if you look into the histogram of boys, it should be exactly same as the histogram of girls.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So, sir, okay, sir. So if we are doing paired t-test, or if we intend to apply for paired t-test, it's better to do a 2KS test to find out, sir. Right, sir?
No. Paired t is a different thing.
Yes, understood, sir. But where we are just checking whether these two data sets are similar or not as far as distribution is concerned, distribution of data is concerned.
Right. So in that case, but you are not sure whether each of them separately follows a normal distribution or not, then you cannot go ahead with t-test.
Yeah, yes, understood, sir. Understood. So if we reject the null hypothesis, that means, sir, that it is normally distributed, right, sir?
For what? Two sample test?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, that tells that the distribution of the boys and the distribution in the girls are different. It doesn't say anything about normality.
So what is the implication of this, sir, on our when we apply the inferential test statistics, sir?
The implication is that suppose there is a chance that the mean level of boys and mean levels of girls are same, but in case of girls the variability is more compared to the boys. So that won't be reflected in t-test, unpaired t-test, but that will be reflected into sample Kolmogorov-Smirnov test, because the shape of the histogram will change. Because t-test is actually looking into the mean level of the histogram, but since the boys mean for the boys and mean for the girl is same, so it won't find any difference. It will say both the group are same. On the other hand, the Kolmogorov-Smirnov test will check even in the shape of the histogram, and it will see that the histogram for boys is much more concentrated, whereas the histogram for girls is much more widespread. So that means there's more variety in the data coming from girls. So that's why the boys and the girls, the two groups are not same. So it will reject it. Is it okay?
Sir, I'm somewhat trying. I think I need to study.
Yeah, so maybe you can ask me the question in the next class also. It's not a problem. We have
Thank you, sir.
Classes.
Thank you so much, sir.
So maybe we can stop here for today. And I am supposed to show you something more on this R coding. Maybe you can do that later in the 4th class when we'll be using the R packages to do time series analysis. So in the next class, we'll be studying the time series, maybe a little bit of theory, not very mathematical theory, but in a way, intuitive kind of theory for time series data. So till that, maybe we can stop for today. And
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So if you have any more doubt, you may ask me. Else I'll stop. Okay. So if not, then maybe I'm leaving the meeting, and I think you can also leave, because yeah, we are
Thank you,
done
sir.
for today. Yeah.
Here we are done for today's session, and we will meet again day after tomorrow on 14th evening. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir. We can end here.
Thank you for listening.